The Galactic Council chamber was an imposing blend of ancient tradition and futuristic technology. Alien species of varying shapes and sizes filled the vast seats, their murmurs creating a low hum of anticipation. At the center of the room, the stage was dominated by a massive energy field holding the Xyler, an apex predator whose reputation for savagery was as legendary as its fearsome appearance. Its scales glistened with an ominous, iridescent sheen, and its eyes, sharp and calculating, tracked every movement with unnerving precision. Alex, the lone human representative, stood at the edge of the energy field, his posture a mix of resolve and cautious optimism. The council members, an eclectic assembly of the galaxy's most influential beings, observed with a mixture of skepticism and intrigue. Alex's mission was audacious: to approach and calm the Xyler, a feat many considered impossible. On the council's dais, Zorix, a towering reptilian with a multitude of scales that seemed to ripple with its every thought, leaned forward, his gaze fixed on Alex. His deep, rumbling voice cut through the chamber's tension. "This is a foolish endeavor. The Xyler is not to be trifled with. It will not respond to mere gestures." Beside Zorix, Alara, an ethereal figure with a fluid, almost translucent form, observed with a hint of curiosity. Her voice, a melodious whisper, contrasted sharply with Zorix's growl. "But consider the possibility, Zorix. If the human succeeds, it could redefine our understanding of diplomacy and empathy. It's worth watching." Alex took a deep breath, the cool air of the chamber mixing with the palpable heat of anticipation. He approached the energy field with deliberate calmness, each step measured. The Xyler's growl grew louder, a sound that resonated with primal menace. Alex's heart pounded, but his face remained a mask of serene determination. With deliberate slowness, Alex extended his hand toward the Xyler, his movements smooth and non-threatening. The Xyler's eyes locked onto his, a flicker of confusion crossing its predatory gaze. Alex's voice, steady and soothing, filled the space between them. "Easy there, big guy. I'm here to make a friend, not a fight." The room fell into a hushed silence. The Xyler's growl softened into a low rumble, its powerful muscles tensing and relaxing in response to Alex's calm demeanor. The council members exchanged glances, their skepticism momentarily overshadowed by a spark of intrigue. Zorix's skepticism hardened into a scowl. "He's playing with fire. This could end in disaster." Alara's eyes, glowing with a gentle light, remained fixed on Alex. "Or it could be a breakthrough. Humanity has shown us time and again that their capacity for unexpected solutions is boundless." As Alex's hand finally touched the Xyler's scaled hide, the predator's reaction was immediate. The growling ceased altogether, replaced by a deep, almost contented rumble. The Xyler leaned into Alex's touch, its eyes closing in what seemed like a moment of trust. The chamber's air seemed to shift, charged with a new, palpable tension. Alex kept his hand steady, a small smile touching his lips. "See? Sometimes, all it takes is a little trust." The council members watched in stunned silence, their previous doubts challenged by the scene unfolding before them. The Xyler, once a symbol of fear and aggression, now responded to Alex with unexpected calm. As the chamber slowly returned to its usual hum, it was clear that the implications of Alex's interaction would be far-reaching. The council's perceptions of humanity were on the verge of a profound shift, and Alex's gamble had only just begun to unfold. This chapter introduces the main characters, sets up the central conflict, and builds tension as Alex attempts to calm the Xyler. The narrative is designed to be engaging and immersive, with varied vocabulary and sensory details to create a vivid picture of the scene. The chamber buzzed with renewed energy, its atmosphere charged with disbelief and intrigue. The Xyler, now calmer under Alex's gentle touch, had created a ripple effect among the council members. Whispers of astonishment and speculation mingled with the low hum of machinery. Alex stood by the energy field, his hand still resting on the Xyler, feeling the predator's steady heartbeat. He could sense the tension in the air, both from the Xyler and the council. His initial success had shifted the stakes, and now he faced the challenge of maintaining this fragile truce. At the council's dais, Zorix's expression had transformed from skepticism to a hard, calculating stare. His large eyes glinted with a mixture of resentment and grudging respect. "This act of yours could be a fluke," he rumbled, his voice a deep growl. "The Xyler might just be adjusting. It doesn't mean it will respond the same way to you every time." Alex met Zorix's gaze with unflinching resolve. "It's a start, Zorix. If you're willing to see it as just a fluke, that's your choice. But I'm here to prove that there's more to humanity than meets the eye." Elara, floating gracefully beside Zorix, observed with a mixture of fascination and hope. "The human's approach is unconventional, but there's something to be said for breaking through the barriers of fear and prejudice. What if Alex's method could be applied beyond this chamber?" The chamber's high-tech panels flickered with activity, displaying real-time data and reactions of the Xyler. The Predator's initial aggression had been replaced by a low, rhythmic purring, an unprecedented response that only heightened the curiosity of the assembly. The council members, a varied collection of species each with their own unique physiology and culture, now focused intently on Alex. Their murmurs grew louder, punctuated by the occasional exclamation of surprise or concern. Alex took a deep breath, sensing the weight of the expectations bearing down on him. The initial awe had morphed into a critical examination. He knew that his success so far was fragile, and one wrong move could unravel everything. He carefully withdrew his hand from the Xyler, allowing the Predator space while maintaining a steady presence. As Alex prepared to address the council, he felt the palpable shift in the chamber. The council members' eyes were fixed on him, their expressions ranging from hopeful to skeptical. The air was thick with anticipation. Zorix broke the silence with a voice laced with challenge. "Very well, human. If you believe this to be more than mere chance, prove it. Show us that your methods can be replicated, that this is not just a temporary pacification but a genuine breakthrough." Alex nodded, a determined glint in his eyes. "I'm prepared to demonstrate that this is not a fluke. I'll need your cooperation to ensure that the Xyler remains in a stable environment during these interactions." Elara's eyes softened with encouragement. "If you succeed, Alex, it could open new avenues for interspecies relations. But be warned, failure will only reinforce the skepticism." The chamber fell silent once more, the council members now fixated on the unfolding drama. Alex took a measured step back, turning his attention to the Xyler. His mind raced with strategies and considerations, knowing that the next steps were crucial. The Xyler's eyes, once fierce, now held a glimmer of curiosity. Alex sensed a pivotal moment approaching, one that could either solidify his initial success or unravel it. He was acutely aware of the stakes, both for himself and for the perception of humanity among the galaxy's most influential beings. As the chamber's lights dimmed slightly, focusing on the central platform, Alex prepared to engage with the Xyler once more. The air crackled with tension, each council member waiting to see if the human could truly bridge the chasm of interspecies fear and skepticism. In that charged silence, Alex knew that his next actions would either cement his position or unravel his progress. The weight of expectation was immense, but so was his determination to redefine the possibilities of intergalactic diplomacy. This chapter continues the narrative from the first chapter, maintaining a focus on Alex's challenge and the Council's reactions. The tension rises as Alex faces new scrutiny and the stakes become clearer, setting the stage for further developments. The chamber was eerily quiet as Alex approached the Xyler once more, the previous successes now hanging in delicate balance. The Xyler's initial calm had provided a glimmer of hope, but the next test was crucial. The Predator's behavior was unpredictable, and Alex had to ensure that the trust established was not just a fleeting illusion. The energy field's hum filled the space, mingling with the tense silence of the council members. Zorix's gaze was fixed, his reptilian eyes reflecting both concern and expectation. Elara hovered near him, her form radiating a soft, shimmering light that contrasted with the heavy atmosphere. Alex's mind raced with strategies as he mentally prepared for the next phase. He needed to maintain the Xyler's calm while proving that his approach was more than a momentary success. He had to show that this method could be sustainable and effective, not just a one-time phenomenon. He signaled to the tech team, who began recalibrating the energy restraints to allow for more interactive communication with the Xyler. The adjustments would ensure that the Predator remained secure while giving Alex more flexibility in his approach. Zorix's deep voice broke the silence, his tone edged with impatience. This demonstration better be more than a brief lull. If you fail, it will reinforce the idea that humanity's approach is a gamble, not a strategy. Alex met Zorix's gaze with unwavering determination. I understand the stakes, Zorix. This isn't just about a single interaction, it's about proving a concept. I'm ready to demonstrate that humanity's approach can offer real solutions. Elara's eyes softened with understanding. Show us, Alex. Show us that this is more than a temporary peace. With a nod, Alex took a deep breath and approached the Xyler. The Predator watched him with a wary, yet curious gaze. Alex carefully extended his hand, his movements deliberate and non-threatening. The chamber's lights reflected off the Xyler's scales, casting intricate patterns across the floor. The Xyler tensed momentarily but did not react with aggression. Alex continued his approach, speaking in a soothing, even tone. You've done well so far. Let's see if we can build on this trust. Slowly, Alex reached out to the Xyler, his hand grazing its scaly hide. The Predator's reaction was immediate. A low, rumbling purr vibrated through the chamber, a sign of continued calm. The Xyler leaned slightly into Alex's touch, its muscles relaxing in response. The council members watched with bated breath, their earlier skepticism now mingled with hope. Zorix's expression remained stern, but a flicker of reluctant respect was visible. Elara's gaze held a hint of awe, her ethereal light reflecting the chamber's charged atmosphere. Alex maintained his focus, ensuring that his interactions were consistent and gentle. He gradually increased the duration of his touch, allowing the Xyler to become accustomed to the extended contact. His heart raced, but he kept his exterior calm and composed. As the interaction continued, the Xyler's behavior became increasingly relaxed. The Predator's purr deepened, and it even allowed Alex to move his hand along its back with a newfound trust. The chamber's tension eased as the council members began to acknowledge the possibility of a breakthrough. Zorix's voice, though still gruff, carried a note of grudging acknowledgement. It appears the human's approach is holding. This is unexpected. Elara's voice was filled with a mix of relief and excitement. If this continues, Alex may very well have proven his point. The chamber's atmosphere shifted from skepticism to cautious optimism. Alex sensed the change and allowed himself a brief moment of relief. He knew that this was a critical juncture, one that could determine the future of interspecies diplomacy. As the interaction drew to a close, Alex withdrew his hand slowly, the Xyler watching him with a calm, almost affectionate gaze. The Predator's previous aggression had been replaced by a genuine trust, a testament to the effectiveness of Alex's approach. The council members began to stir, their discussions turning to the implications of Alex's success. The tension in the chamber had transformed into a buzz of anticipation and contemplation. The path ahead was still uncertain, but Alex's actions had laid the groundwork for a potential new understanding. In the midst of the shifting dynamics, Alex stood at the heart of a crucial moment, his success opening doors to possibilities previously thought unattainable. The crucible of trust had been navigated, but the journey was far from over. The chamber, now a blend of anticipation and quiet reflection, hummed with a renewed energy. The previous successes had given way to an atmosphere thick with expectation and the weight of impending decisions. The Xyler's calm demeanor, a testament to Alex's unique approach, had set the stage for a pivotal conclusion to his trial. Alex stood at the center of the chamber, his gaze fixed on the Xyler. The Predator, now visibly relaxed, rested in the energy field with a contented purr that resoned softly through the chamber. The council members, once skeptical, were now engaged in fervent discussions about the implications of what they had witnessed. Zorix, his towering frame casting a long shadow, observed with a mix of grudging respect and lingering doubt. His reptilian eyes, though softened, still held a critical edge. You've managed to achieve a remarkable feat, human. But the true measure of your success will be the long-term effects of this interaction. Alara, hovering beside Zorix, regarded Alex with a hopeful gaze. Indeed. The Xyler's current state is impressive, but sustaining this peace will be the real challenge. If you can maintain this bond, it will mark a significant shift in how we approach interspecies diplomacy. Alex nodded, his expression a blend of determination and humility. I understand the concerns. The real test will be in the follow-up interactions. I'm prepared to work closely with the Xyler to ensure that this trust is not just temporary. As the council members continued their discussions, Alex's communicator buzzed softly. He glanced at it, noting an urgent message from his team outside the chamber. The message was brief but alarming. Possible breach detected. Immediate attention required. A chill ran through Alex as he read the message. He turned to Zorix and Alara, his voice steady but urgent. I'm receiving reports of a potential breach in our security perimeter. I need to address this immediately. Zorix's eyes narrowed, his tone turning stern. If there's a security issue, it must be dealt with promptly. The Xyler's safety is paramount, and any disruption could jeopardize everything you've achieved. Alara's eyes, though concerned, held a note of reassurance. Go, Alex. We will maintain the current arrangement and ensure that the Xyler remains secure. Your swift action is crucial. Alex nodded and quickly exited the chamber, his mind racing with scenarios and solutions. The corridors of the facility were eerily quiet as he made his way to the security center. His team awaited him, their expressions tense and focused. Inside the security center, monitors displayed various feeds from the perimeter. The primary screen showed a series of unauthorized access attempts. The breach seemed to be orchestrated with precision, aimed at creating chaos during a critical moment. Alex's lead technician, a sharp-eyed specialist named Rena, pointed to the screen. We've detected multiple entry points being compromised. It looks like someone is trying to cause a distraction, possibly to disrupt your demonstration. Alex's jaw clenched. We need to contain this immediately. If they succeed, it could undermine everything we've worked for. As Alex and his team mobilized to address the breach, the atmosphere outside the chamber grew tense. Back in the council room, Zorix and Alara did their best to maintain the Xyler's calm. The Predator, sensing the disturbance, had begun to show signs of agitation. Zorix's deep voice resonated with authority as he addressed the council. We must ensure that the Xyler remains undisturbed. Any sign of distress from the Predator could jeopardize Alex's efforts. Alara's voice, though calm, carried an undercurrent of urgency. We must support Alex's team and contain this situation. The success of this breakthrough depends on our ability to manage both the immediate crisis and the long-term implications. As Alex and his team worked tirelessly to secure the perimeter and identify the source of the breach, the tension in the chamber reached a critical point. The stakes were high, and the outcome of Alex's mission now hung in the balance, influenced by forces beyond his immediate control. With the breach contained and security measures re-established, Alex returned to the chamber, his face etched with determination. The Xyler's calm had been restored, but the challenge had proven the fragility of their progress. The Council's discussions had shifted to assessing the implications of the breach and the resilience of Alex's approach. As Alex took his place among the Council members, he knew that while the immediate crisis had been managed, the true test of his success was yet to come. In the midst of the resolution and reflection, one truth remained clear: humanity had made a significant stride, but the path to lasting interspecies harmony was fraught with challenges. The dawn of a new era in diplomacy had begun, but the journey ahead would be one of vigilance and perseverance.